So here we go, guys. Who's ready for day 3? I'm excited for this. Let's see what we've got in this advent calendar from Create and Bloom. And do me a favor, guys, like and subscribe to the channel if you're liking this. The whole point behind this was I knew not everybody could get one of these advent calendars, so I wanted to share that experience. And here we go. Let's look for number 3. Oh, here it is. Beautiful candy cane wrapping actually on this one. I wish I could save it. Those of you that know me though, know I'm pretty impatient, so it's whether or not I can. But day 3, make sure you check out createandbloomcrafts.com as well. And you've probably guessed the first part of this, you've got voiceover, Andy. So here we go. And it's definitely not a pigment today. I can tell by this package, it's not going to be a pigment paste. So let's see what we've got. It's going to be interesting. Not a clue at this point. Let's have a look. And let me know if you're liking these. I just thought it was a bit of fun for the whole of December so we could get together and do some resin. So, looks like a little flower mould. And don't worry, you've not got voiceover, Andy, for the whole of this video. We go back to normal in a second. But look at this, beautiful little mould. I'm thinking key rings. I'm thinking possibly pendants. Just a great little mould. And this isn't going to use a lot of resin. So again, quite exciting. I think these are probably less than ½ an ounce each. So, and it's the first time I've tried a mould from Create and Bloom. So that's going to be interesting. But yeah, 4 little flowers. I'm going to mix up some resin and we're going to see what we can do with these little flower molds. I've got a few ideas. So, and look at this. I'm mixing up the tiniest amount of resin. I'm doing 60 ml of the standard Apex high gloss resin. And if you want any of that, get over to apexresin.co.uk. Use my discount code CCUK to get some money off. So let's get this mixed. Let's get this project ready. I'm going to use a few colors in this as well. And we're going to see what we can create with this day 3 project. And I've got my drip mold at the side of me for any spare resin as well. And I'll see you guys in a second. So here we go, guys. And I've mixed up 60 mils worth of resin and I'm using the Apex High Gloss for this. And there's a couple of bubbles in there. I'm not putting it through the bubble remover because I'm using predominantly opaque colors. So it shouldn't matter as much. And again, I'm going to do 3 colors just because that's what I want to do. And it hopefully shows off some of these beautiful pigments from Create and Bloom. So I'm going to try and spread it reasonably equally. And I'm not used to mixing this small an amount of resin. So I'm going to try and eyeball it. And then we're going to try and mix the colors. And then we're going to see what we've got. And I think this would probably just about fill one of these cups, which is more than enough for this particular technique. And I think I probably could have got away with half as much, but I'm just not used to working with molds that are quite as small as this. And obviously I've got this drip mold skull that I'm trying to fill anyway at the side. So anything spare can go in there. So I'll start off with the Kingfisher, which is a beautiful, it's almost like a Tiffany greeny bluey turquoise, I would say. So if you've ever seen that Tiffany jewelry, that's the color I'd say. And I'm trying to get the tiniest bit on the end of my stick because I know I'm not going to need a lot to color this resin. And then I'm just going to mix it round. So we've got that beautiful turquoisey color. Look at that. Ooh. And again, I suppose this is in the hamper because they'll be great little Christmas presents. And once this is done, that's going to be 4 little pendants or key rings, depending on what you want to do with them. I think they look like pendants to me, but again, I'm sure they'd make very pretty key rings as well. So there's that beautiful Kingfisher. And always wipe your stick in between so that you're not mixing those colors and you don't want any resin left on your stick either when you're dipping it back into the pot because that can really affect your pigments. There's not supposed to be any resin in them. So there's that first color, which is the Kingfisher. Then I thought I'd go with 2 pinky colors. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of pink, but I know a lot of you are. So I'm going to go with Zinnia, which is a really, really bright pink. Absolutely beautiful color. And I've got two different pinks. So I've got this one, which is the zinnia, which is, look at this for a colour. Beautiful. Like so. And then I'm going to wipe my stick. So this is probably as simple as resin art gets. Just get some beautiful colours, some pigments, some resin, a mould, and you're set. It is as simple as that. Now, what you do with it is completely up to you. And I just think these will look really cool, hopefully dirty poured into these and create some pretty cool effects. And then the next one is this Orchid Tears, which is a metallic-y pink. So we're going to have two pinks and one turquoisey colour with that Kingfisher. There we go. And that'll be enough in there just to colour this resin. So it's almost like a pinky purple, this one. But it does give it off a metallic shimmer. Look at that. Beautiful. So I think this, with those two dirty poured into these flowers, hopefully will create a pretty cool effect. And if not, then it won't work. And not everything works out in resin. You've got to realise what resin kind of does what it wants, and it's kind of up to the resin gods. You can help sort of inspire it in which way you want it to go, but then really that's about as much say as you get. Now I do want to get these different colours in, so again I'm going to try and dirty pour them. I'm going to put a tiny bit of the turquoise in. Then I'm going to go in with a bit of the Orchid Tears. Then a bit of the zinnia. And then I'm going to keep on repeating this process to really hopefully layer those colours and just create a cool effect for when we pour. Don't know if it's going to work. I don't think I've ever tried it on this smaller scale before. But that is the challenge we got with this mould. And I think I'm only going to do the cup halfway full because I think that will fill these. So look at that beautiful pouring cup. And now what I'm going to do is just pour and see what happens. Again, pretty slowly if I can. And it's a brand new mould, so you are going to get some of that static. Here we go. Now we're getting the beautiful mixture of colours. There we go. That is the effect I want with all of those colours in this mould. I'll probably fit a drop more in there, but I'm not going to just yet. I'm going to fill the others. And this is the tiniest bit of resin, guys. You always want to make sure you go over that loop as well, so they go in the back as well. See, I'm getting more of that turquoise in this one. So we are going to get 4 very different looking ones based on what colour of the resin is coming out. And I'm hoping it's going to create a cool effect. But again, it's the first time I've done this, first time I've used this mould, first time I've intermixed these colours. And I'm hoping we get a beautiful effect, but nothing is guaranteed. And look at this, it's not even half a cup of this resin. Let me move the skull out of the way for a second. We'll come back to that in a minute. Still got loads of resin. I probably could have done another 10 of these. They take next to no resin. And again, around we go. And I'm trying to get each one of those colours in every piece. Whether we will or won't, I don't know until it cures. Now that one there for me is pretty full. This one could probably have a tiny bit more in. Because I do want them to be full. And there we go, that one is now full. And then this one could fit a tiny bit more in. I think this one's going to be my favourite actually. There we go. That is now full. And then this one can have a tiny bit more in as well. And that is as simple as resin art gets, but hopefully we're going to get 4 little pieces to demold. One more drop, go on. And then the rest of this, as I say, I'm just going to pour it into the skull and hopefully get some beautiful colours for this next layer. And obviously it is going to cure in the curing machine. So in about 2 hours, we should be able to demold these. And now with the rest of these, I'm going to do it slightly different in the skull. In fact, no, I'm not. I was going to, but I'm not going to. So I'm going to pour this one in first, which is the rest of those orchid tears, which is a beautiful colour. I'm just going to leave that there whilst I do that. Then I'm going to put in the rest of the kingfisher. And let me know, do you think these are going to turn out or not? They either will or they won't. It's as simple as that. So the kingfish can go in there as well. And then the rest of that zinnia can go in as well. So this skull is going to be really colourful because it's going to be about 6 different projects rolled into one. And that's the beauty of a drip mould for me, is you never know what you're going to get. But if you're using beautiful colours, you know you're going to get a pretty cool effect. So I'm just going to move that to the side as well. And they are pretty much ready to go. And hopefully we're going to be able to demold these in literally 2 hours because we're using the curing machine. And hopefully it's going to create some pretty cool effects. So now the rest of this, I'm just going to dirt pour it into that skull. Well, pour it into the skull, should I say. And we're going to blend all of these colours around in this next layer. In we go. Beautiful. And that's it. Resin art doesn't get more simple than that. And obviously it's part of this Create and Bloom Advent Calendar. So we're going to demold these and look at the cup at the end. I'm going to hope that cures like that and then I can peel it off and do something with it. But again, yeah, come back tomorrow as well. We're going to be doing one of these every day for 25 days so that we can all share that experience. Don't forget, like and subscribe. I'll see you in 2 hours for demold. And here we go, guys. And it's been about 3 hours. This is now finished, cooling as well. Hopefully, we're going to have some beautiful pieces to demold. This isn't quite ready yet, but it's starting to look pretty cool in there. About halfway, I think, on that skull. But let's have a look at these. Now, this side looks pretty. I'm just hoping that the front does as well. And let's have a look. And the demolding fine, so that's always good. And hopefully we'll just have all of those colours intermixed on the front and have some pretty pieces with this mould for day 3. And if you've enjoyed this video, do me a favour, like and subscribe. It's free, it helps us grow, helps me keep doing projects like this, and hopefully we can all keep learning together. Now, I did think actually you could fill that hole in with another colour if you wanted. Put it on some silicone, fill it in, and that would make a really cool finish. Maybe some yellow or something like that. But again, I'm going to be doing one of these every day until Christmas Day. So hopefully every day we'll get a new something to play with from that Advent Calendar from Create and Bloom and create something cool. So let's have a look. Wow. I like that. Different. And obviously these tiny little air bubbles, it's probably because it's the first time I've used that mould, but I don't think it detracts from the piece. You can always fill them in. Tiny bit of UV resin and nobody would be any the wiser, but I quite like that. That's the one of them. This one I love because it's mainly that kingfisher. Look at that, and you can just see that shimmer running through the piece. And you do tend to find that the first time you use a mould, you get these tiny little air bubbles. After you've used it a couple of times, you don't tend to get them so much. And I find it's just because the silicone is fresh and brand new. So there we go. Again, you can just see that glitter there. Now let's have a look at the bigger pieces. Wow, really like that. And we've just got a cool little keyring, I think. Little gift for somebody. Or a pendant, depending on what you want to do with them. And then here's that last one. Now that's mainly pink. If you like pink, you might like that one. And we almost got a crackle effect in there, look. That was very, very pink. So again, 4 very different key rings, pendants, whatever you want to do with them really. I think these would probably make really cool little key rings. Just have on your keychain, inexpensive, little gifts for somebody for day 3 of this advent calendar. Now, I'm going to go pour day 4. So if you like this, come back tomorrow and I will do day 4. Beautiful.